Oregon saw another high number of COVID cases yesterday, more than 2,900 of them, which is getting close to a record high. You can see the big jump right there at the end of the graph. Even though cases are rising sharply, hospitalizations are not seeing near as big of a jump right now. Public health officials have confidence that if you are fully vaccinated and boosted, you are well protected from serious illness and death. Tim Gordon reports.
We got the warning as Omicron arrived, and now it is spreading fast.
We're headed for some uncertain times, and it's going to be difficult to navigate these next few weeks.
In Oregon, new COVID cases were up 25% for the week ending December 27th. And in Washington, 6,140 new COVID cases were reported on December 24th alone, a record-setting number for a single day in this pandemic.
I think we're going to have to get very, very flexible in the weeks to come around how we think about COVID risk, especially in the light of all the services that we all depend on to live day in and day out, that we're going to expect to continue to function as this virus makes its way through.
Multnomah County Health Director Dr. Jennifer Vines believes we are in a lull between Delta illnesses and Omicron's full force. And being vaccinated and boosted is your best defense against getting very sick or dying. In fact, most of us who are in good health and vaccinated will likely manage the symptoms pretty well. The top 5 symptoms are a runny nose, headache, fatigue, sneezing, and sore throat. And yes, most of those symptoms are shared by the common cold and the flu. Getting access to COVID testing is hit and miss right now, but if you can, test. And if it's positive, follow CDC guidelines for isolating. Remember, they've changed from isolating for 10 days now to 5. If you have no symptoms, you can return to work after 5 days if you wear a mask at all times. If you develop symptoms, stay home until you feel better. Isolating at home means staying away from others regardless of vaccination status. Wear a mask while inside and ask others to do the same, preferably with a KN95, KF94, or 3-ply surgical mask. Also, ventilate your space as much as you can and reach out to close contacts and let them know they've been exposed and they should quarantine. Then, stay hydrated and use over-the-counter medications as needed. There are some stats that are good to see. COVID hospitalizations in Oregon are down 35% and deaths down 25% during the past week. Dr. Vines says in order for that to continue, people need to continue to get vaccinated and boosted, step up the masking, and for now, cut back on socializing.
All those little things that we all choose to do add up to whether or not our health systems and our essential functions make it through this wave intact.
So hang on and help out.
And just know that a lot of people are working hard to do the best we can after being handed what is a really difficult situation, especially after what is almost 2 years now of a pandemic.
Tim Gordon, KGW News.
To try and help with the high demand for tests, Oregon is ordering 6 million at-home COVID test kits, and officials will hand those out for free. It comes as the wait for in-person tests is still very long. This was the line we saw earlier this week at the Oregon Convention Center site. Health departments and community organizations will distribute those tests around the state in the coming weeks.
We know that we haven't been able to provide testing to everyone who needs it in Oregon, and this announcement is a game changer. It really will put testing in communities that haven't been able to access it otherwise. And we're really hopeful that this will help us avoid the worst of Omicron as we know it's coming to us.
A few things to know about the at-home tests. They are not as accurate as the PCR tests that go through a lab. The tests work best for people who are already showing symptoms. Also, if you have a known exposure, don't take the test too soon. They work best after about 5 days of exposure. Those kits come with 2 tests taken a few days apart to help confirm the results. World leaders set a goal to vaccinate 40% of the globe's population by the end of this year, and it appears more than 90 countries will miss that mark. The World Health Organization and others were part of setting that goal. Their plan was to use a program called COVAX to promise vaccines for poorer countries while they were under development more than a year ago. Most of those 90 countries have a rate closer to 20%, with some stuck in the single digits. According to experts, the low vaccination rate in these countries is what is driving these new variants and high infection rates around the rest of the world. The top vaccinated countries include the United Arab Emirates and Portugal, The lowest vaccinated countries are Burundi and the Democratic Republic of Congo. The U.S. is stuck somewhere in the middle with a vaccination rate around 61%. The Omicron variant is straining resources and putting healthcare employees on high alert across our state. In Jackson County, high case counts led to the shutdown of an urgent care facility in Ashland and sent workers to busier facilities around Medford. Some facilities are also seeing a rise in testing and positive COVID cases.
We continue to look for places where we can put beds, and whether that's a hallway, whether that's a lobby, whether that's, God forbid, the cafeteria. But those are all things we're looking at. It's like, where will we be able to put people who need care?
To accommodate this, some facilities like Rogue Regional Medical Center had to cancel or reschedule elective surgeries. New information this morning on a months-long internal investigation at the Portland Police Bureau. It found multiple officers were responsible for leaking false information, accusing City Commissioner Joanne Hardesty of a hit and run back in March. According to a letter sent to Hardesty in October and obtained by OPB, officers Brian Hunziker, Carrie Ottoman, and Ken Lee broke protocol when they released false allegations against Hardesty. Hunziker was president of the police union at the time. He shared information to a member of the press and a screenshot saying Hardesty was involved in the crash. Ottoman leaked the same information to a conservative group, and Lee leaked it to the Bureau of Emergency Communications. All three officers remain on the force. The district attorney's office did not release information on any disciplinary actions. If you are heading out to celebrate this weekend, local transit companies will give you a free ride for New Year's Eve. TriMet is offering the service again this year from 8 tonight until about 3 in the morning. You can ride buses and MAX lines for no charge. The Oregon Department of Transportation is helping support the program to get people home from New Year's Eve celebrations safely.
We want to make sure that everybody gets home safely. We want to make sure that the roads are safe, the pedestrians are safe. So this is a way of cutting down on impaired driving. We want people to be able to enjoy themselves without worrying about how they're going to get home.
With the wintry weather, TriMet says you'll want to plan ahead and use its trip planner. C-Tran in the Vancouver area is also offering free services starting tonight at 6 o'clock with extended hours into the early morning. If you are out and about, you will want to bundle up, correct, Keely?
Yeah, it is going to be a chilly night out there. It's a chilly morning, and it's going to be a really chilly day with temperatures thumping out in the mid to upper 30s. Let's take you outside right now. I think this is our Rose City sky cam. Yep, 36 degrees. We had clouds overhead. We did have a little bit of precipitation. In fact, we had some snow falling a little bit ago when I was coming into work. Those flakes were flying. We may still see some lingering snow showers, not expecting much in terms of accumulation. And then we do have drying out trends as we head into this afternoon and tomorrow, really. Here's a look at temperatures around the area. 33 in Beaverton, still below freezing in King City, 31 degrees, 32 degrees out there. So temperatures hovering right around freezing, which means if you're heading out this morning, some of those roads that were snow covered or did have some precipitation on them, maybe some lingering snow from the past few storms, they're going to be slick out there this morning. Temperatures on the coast, we're in the mid-30s in Tillamook, Astoria, Florence checking in at 40, and we're in the 20s east of the Cascades. It is going to be a chilly day out there, also chilly in the Gorge. Here's a look at satellite radar, what we have going on. Well, we do still have a little bit of a system moving through the metro area. Brought us a little bit of some showers, maybe a wintry mix, also moving through the Salem area. That will be pushing out. We will have high pressure building in, and that's going to start clearing out that activity. But again, some areas, especially in the higher elevations above about 500 feet, likely seeing some flakes flying out there this morning. But again, not expecting much in terms of accumulation. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 37, your high today. Tomorrow, dry. Your first day of the year, 36 degrees. Dry, sunny, and very cold. Rain late Sunday. Then we get back into our normal seasonable forecast with rain and temperatures in the 40s as we start the first week of the new year. Steph.